Okay. Now we can roll.
All right. So you have to tell me
Okay.
how did you come about your very unique and interesting name on here?
Oh, no problem. I have my own website. It's like this little project I'm doing. It's a personal blog site where you take clips of news, sorry, news, entertainment, fashion, and just add it on, and you can scroll through it to see what the basically scroll through to see current trends and current updates. So I just took my first name and put it together. So Kiana's Daily Scroll.
Okay. Well, this one says that plus the daily something.
Yeah.
What's
First name Kiana,
okay?
and then the website. That's the website name.
Okay, I got you. All right. So that's a website.
Yeah, it's my little business.
So
My main profession is education and mental health and social services, but that's one of my side little hobbies.
okay.
I've been in the field probably about 20 plus years now. So
Okay. And your website is, I guess, current events.
yeah, for the most
Okay.
part, it's one of them type of.
What
news,
do you stay?
blog,
Do you do like? Oh, you do just like entertainment type stuff or educational? or-
everything. It could be
Okay.
news, it could be world, it could be politics. It's whatever is most current or
Okay.
most trending
Okay.
for the most part.
So how do you find your articles? Or do you write your own articles?
It's more so of a snapshot, crop, and post versus
Okay.
you giving an editorial and all the side comments of it.
Uh huh.
Your job would be for you to look through and see what you like and comment as you choose.
Okay.
So I've been posting posts, just regularly, and eventually I just woke up and said, wait a minute. Every time I post on something, somebody replied and said, oh, thank you for posting that or something like that. And I said, I might as well start my own little.
Okay.
It's been up for about 6 to 8 months now.
Okay.
So hopefully next year or so I get a sponsor or some type of, backup and see where we go.
Oh, I get you. I'm trying to do the same thing. Not kind of. I mean, I got a YouTube channel
Okay. Oh,
with not a lot of subscribers yet.
gotcha. Doing what?
Yeah. What we're doing right now,
Yeah.
just talking with the person in the back seat.
Cool. Okay. Well, that sounds cool. If you need to, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
If you got like a card or anything,
It's called Rideshare with Ron.
I'll share with Ron. Check it out.
I don't have a, and then this sticker right here,
Ah,
that's the profile picture.
gotcha. It's a little heads up that you know.
Yeah.
Might be okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's interesting. Just whatever conversation pops up in the car. That's why I saw your name.
Listen, you never know. We might be able to work together in the future.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, right now I don't have no type of holes of communication. I'm not actually in my governmental position or no type of educational, so I would be able to help and aid with any type of whatever you need. Then once I start working back in that field, we just recheck it out to see what works, what fits the criteria, and what don't.
Yeah. So what's the full name of your website?
Kiana's Daily Scroll.
.com.
Yep.
Okay. So there you have it. We'll put that up there for you. Maybe we'll get a few more people
Hope so.
visit your site.
I appreciate it. If anything, I'll take your I guess your Instagram or anything right now, and then I'll check you out. I'll send it
Yeah.
to you.
I don't have Instagram.
Okay. You just have
Facebook.
YouTube?
Yeah, just the YouTube for.
Okay. So I'll put that in here. Then
Rideshare, one word, and then with Ron, 2 words.
share with. And that's it. Just ride share with Ron. Okay. So I'm gonna check it out when I get back home. Right now, I'm gonna go handle some personal business.
And where you headed now?
Yeah, handle some business, professional business, and then I'll be back later.
2-notch.
Yep.
Now you use Rideshare often?
I do. I'll say lately I haven't for like this first quarter, but overall all the time.
Has anyone introduced you to rides yet?
Lightly, not too much of anything like that. I did try to introduce the idea of you referring people or referring certain drivers once you use them. You can keep like getting points or something like that. Because y'all definitely deserve, because certain persons always end up popping up again, or
Yeah.
they give you a courtesy or something like that. And
Yeah, that card I
Yeah.
gave you, that you can choose your driver,
get out of here.
which is yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out too.
Yeah, it's actually it's pretty good. It's you know what surge pricing is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never any surge pricing with that company.
Understood.
And for
I've been
us,
somewhere.
the biggest difference for us as drivers is we get to keep 100% of the fare.
Exactly. So you're
Whereas,
bringing back the good old yellow cab
yeah, what
with like a little
Uber and
commission.
Lyft love to take a pretty sizable chunk of
Oh yeah.
the income. I'm not sure what you paid for this one.
Almost $40 and change. That's a lot.
$40. I'm
Yeah.
getting 21.
See,
So
that,
they're
that makes
keeping
sense.
almost half.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know that I used to do like DoorDash and stuff like that. And,
Hmm.
you'll get your tip and your full amount will be like $60, and they'll take about 20 off of it. You know, but the funds were good and consistent. So at the time, it worked perfectly for me. I had good customers and everything. I had no complaints.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, for me, this is a good gig because,
Yeah.
you never had to ask for a day off.
Exactly.
You just work when you want to work. Don't work if you don't want to work. Nobody says anything.
Exactly.
I kind of like that.
This is one of the best companies ever made within like the last, I say, decade.
Yeah.
So sustained and efficient for you and whatever goals you got. It works very well.
Yeah, the flexibility of it is
Mm-hmm.
incredible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest draw for me.
I agree. It's beautiful out here today.
Yeah. Not too hot yet either.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Usually we
So what do you think the biggest political story that's trending now?
Listen, they got this big plan that we all gonna go back to finding out what everything was like, regardless of your party, your color, your race, right? We're gonna go back and find out what racism was like, what slavery was like, what Jim Crow was like, what the KKK was like. We're gonna make sure that all immigrants go back to their country, make sure that no blacks work nowhere, make sure that all whites only this. They have this grand plan called 2025. When you get a chance, Google it. They think that everybody in the world is going to jump on and make sure that everybody goes back to their first thing of being separated, and that is going to work. Meaning that they'll still have their houses, their property, the moment that it breaks out, right? So you'll just go home and close your door and think that nobody won't be coming to you for resources, since you made sure that every other system broke down and basically becomes tainted. They don't have the real historical family line or communal remembrance of knowing how things really happened during segregation and racism and all apartheid and all the other stuff. They think that it's just this thing you say, you know what, I don't want nobody to work here that's black, and then you just deny them, and then you're just safe. They forget that other parties have to get involved to make sure that the world, the community systems that use things from any race on the planet have to still function, like electronics and food, and they don't understand that. So that's the grand plan. Hopefully by 2025 we get everything back to the way that things were the best.
Who has this plan?
So far, so called, it's this stratified, meaning a mixed group of any color, any group, any race, any political party that feel that they'll be able to pull it off, to feel that they're the most powerful one, or something like that. So forget about you being a Republican or a Democrat or black, white, Puerto Rican, whatever. Either you're with that group think or that cluster or that caucus, or you're not. So they think that if they do pull it off, that they'll still have clothes to wear. They forget that every country contributes to everything of clothing, engineering, science. So God forbid that you say that you don't want no more blacks or any immigrants. You have no medicine, you have no research, you have no engineering, you have no international security of Wi-Fi. They don't understand the different levels of security that goes into international affairs that carries one country separately. So I don't think they have enough exposure of the world to really understand that they should have never even said that type of goal, because now that's going to be the new international goal, to make sure that that part is maintained and this thing died out. Otherwise, they need to watch the movie, called the Purge, to get a sense of how it would really fall out. It's not like you're going to say, well, you know what, I'm a millionaire, I'll just go behind my gates. Every system that you use to secure yourself will just fail, because nobody will be at the office trying to make sure that your gate is secure electronically. people will be trying to find resources to run and hide into their own space of safety and security, right?
So
they don't understand.
They think they're going to recreate the purge. Is that
basically that's the way that it would fall into, because they're trying to strip away anything of inclusion, diversity. They don't want no blacks and whites together. They don't want nobody working and handling anything that is of race or immigrant, which means everybody is of race of immigrant.
Right. And who is they?
Whatever group that basically started that whole 2025 plan.
Yeah, but who are they?
Random people.
Who?
Random people.
Just random people.
Random people. Check the blogs. The news been covering it for like the last week or so. It's up there. It's just this type of plan, but mainly so far it says that it's by Republicans, or certain Republicans. But then people don't even know that that party is started from a mix of immigrants, whites, and settlers and blacks that had the skills and the needs to have to fill for themselves, for them to be able to sustain, being that they was come across innovation and health needs and food shortages. They had to find ways and find people that can help and aid across the board. They think that it's just this one party. Republican means white only. No, it's a mixed stratified beginning that branched out to be the elite, because you had the first blueprints of things, you had the first access to things, you were able to get the first securities to secure things away. It wasn't just this one or the other. But anyway, just Google the 2025 plan.
2025 plan.
Project, sorry. 2025 project. When you read the list of goals by next year, it's gonna be eyes. Like they need inclusion.
This 2025 plan is organized by random people.
Basically random people, random supporters of those type of ideals.
Okay.
Like that. So it could be any color, any race, any person. As long as you agree with what's on that list, they'll try to activate it. God forbid that you work at McDonald's and you're working with a black person, you probably start teasing them or taunting them. That type of immature intentionality ideology. It'll start that small and then turn into that type of full list of fruition of trying to really follow through with those type of ideals.
Right. Okay. And then you've heard of Agenda 21?
All of that, exactly.
Okay. And then
all those go together.
The 2030?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now those are organized by the WHO and the what's that one? The United Nations, the Agenda 21.
Well,
and the WHO is organizing the 2030.
Certain parts make sense because you have to sometimes clear out and basically secure things that are now to accessible to everybody that just want to put their hands in and play with it, mess it up, manipulate it, and basically not sustain it. But still in all, the moment that things were invented, there were double prints of everything, because the same way that you would try to secure it, I would probably try to steal it, or vice versa, somebody else would try to steal it. So the idea to think that you would try to start this whole big plan of this universal destruction, you need to be more aware or inclusion based to understand that there are different structures of security besides you just thinking that you could go and turn off the light bulb and basically make everybody just sit in the dark. There are securities before you were even born that had to secure everything up to you being born. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those parts, some people don't think about it. I think that they are more of the more current generations, just thinking that, oh, well, I'm going to go tell my dad or my person that I want this or don't want this, and then watch it happen. There are a lot of levels of the world that only work in hands-on security, meaning go in person and basically don't live on the grid that basically secure us being alive. So I think that their goals are far-fetched. They need to just become a little bit more inclusive to know that nobody will be waking up to the purge just because you don't want to see a black person next to you after 400 or 500 years, 700 years of using every textile or every invention that is now inclusive.
Right. Yeah.
It's a scary thing to think that you really even try that. It means what would you do to really try to see that through?
Right.
It's scary.
I know, it's like, okay, so these individuals with the crazy ideology that
I saw it on the news.
That I should not hang out with you.
Right now, they will probably stop the car and tell you, well, she's black, you shouldn't be taking her in your car, and then probably make you go home. or basically meet you at your house and ask you, as a neighbor, why would you have the black girl in your car?
Right.
And then you would have hell forever every time you still come around with another one. You know what I'm saying? It would be that type of small activation, and it'll just keep going on for you until.
When is this supposed to start?
Being that they say by 2025 everything should be activated, that means that people are probably already doing asinine things of, separating immigrant and color-based activities for individuals within any space. You might not see it on the surface, but God forbid that you work at the gas station, you might see that whenever this immigrant or this black person or this white person, either way, right, come around, that they might still be taunting or starting certain acts or attitudes that's real separatist or segregated or racial. I mean, like direct or even asinine funny, like, oh, get your black ass out of here. But then you'll see it every day, So
Right.
I would say the best thing is to just be aware of continual acts of being rude or, I mean,
It's
I mean,
funny.
like,
I mean,
yeah.
it's only funny because it happens already without
Right.
2025.
Exactly.
Whatever.
And that's
But-
the part that it would activate them, because you would think that it's just something a regular day, but then you won't realize that the moment that you need your Band-Aid, that you don't get it because they really just chose to ignore it because of that type of plan or basically whatever ideology they're really following. So I would say anything that is consistently isolating to you or rude to you,
Yeah.
make sure you note it and pass it up higher. Don't just think that it's a small thing.
Yeah.
It's
So
weird.
now you Googled the 2025
It popped up on my scroll one day. I say,
project.
this can't be real.
I saw something. I think it was
You
this
did?
morning,
Oh wow.
but I didn't. I just kept scrolling past it because
Mm.
first I've heard of it, right?
Gotcha.
But and it was. So it wasn't like, all right, and whatever. I'm not interested in that yet. Now I am.
You know what it is? Imagine every type of complaint that you can send to EOC being the template that you would look out for to know when it's starting to build and become consistent. God forbid that this one worker never gets their files. So the moment that it seems to be racial, it'll just be this grand consistent of being rude, disrespectful, EOC based complaints of discrimination. You know what I'm saying? It'll be that type of atmosphere between two people or just overall in that workspace consistently. So just take a note and be aware that some people are really activating that type of new party or that new working system or societal system. But personally, I don't think that it will last that long because people like to be able to basically share bread or share fruit if they need one with the neighbor. God forbid the neighbor got an apple tree. I'm not going to ask for it when I know that he'll give it to me.
Right,
That
right.
basic.
Now,
I don't know.
so what's the ultimate agenda is
Thinking that they could take over.
to separate people from each other.
Beyond that, they'll think that they are the quote unquote new shit. Like, oh, we run things. In their brain, we're going to run everything. We're going to be able to do all of the same jobs that the real supervisors of any type of high field do. We're just going to hire our own every time that, okay, God forbid that you are the supervisor of whatever place. You'll hire only the ones that you like. But the ones that you like don't have no type of skill. But now they still have that position because you are the one that can just instantly hire them.
Well,
Right?
isn't that happening already with?
Exactly. So
I mean, in the last
there we go.
20 years,
It's
been
different.
happening. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And
I mean, look at the president now.
forget about it.
He's not.
Forget about it.
He doesn't have any cognitive abilities, but he's still president.
Now you see the changes? Exactly. People don't see the way that things have changed. Something with his health has, for me personally, I think it's been manipulated. Not that he's took this whole grand road of, oh, I'm 80 years old, I'm slipping off. Everybody has security gates that they have to try to keep up because you're being hunted. The moment that you get into your power position, you are something that somebody wants to take down or manipulate or control or rule or whatever, right? Give what they want to. But to me, I just think that the idea of them trying to really follow through on that is going to be weird. They think that they'll be able to just jumping in face and be like and run off and think that they're with that group, but they don't realize that people will get physical instantly the moment that they realize that you're really trying to take a resource or their livelihood away from them. because you just feel like you can. So I think some people just need a reality check, and then it'll die down.
This is interesting.
It is. It blew my mind.
They want to be a controlling factor in society,
and they want to wipe everything back to the good old days, which they never lived.
Right.
They never lived it, but we're gonna take it back to the best time ever.
Does it plan on being violent?
It's going to be regardless. I mean, the moment that you think that you could just walk into somebody's house or just deny them their benefits when they have receipts, knowing that they're qualified for world, city, federal, anything, or you wake up in the morning and basically see your car stolen and call the police, and guess what? Cops be like, so what?
Well, they're like that already.
But then now that'll be on the grand scale, not on just, oh well, let me file a complaint about officer so and so. It'll be like the natural normal because they are with that group and knowing that they have this union. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like this grand to them. It'll be this grand
did I just
thing.
Pass it?
Yeah, we did. We just make a U-turn. You know. So I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, go around. Can we go around the block?
If you want to make a U-turn.
Okay, I'll make a U-turn.
And then go into the parking lot.
I'm really enjoying this conversation, and this is definitely going up on the YouTube.
It needs to, because I can't believe it. It blew my mind when I saw it across my screen. I said, yeah, okay. I guess they think that they have enough people to run a billion buildings once they just pick only their favorite people that have to meet a certain requirement to handle math and science and textiles and.
Well, yeah, I don't.
They don't even want people to basically tell them anything.
I can't fathom.
Yeah.
The control systems that whoever it is thinks they have in place already.
Exactly. That will just handle it. Because God forbid that you tell them to tie their shoe because you might trip. They don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, it's
gonna be great. It's gonna be a carnival, great carnival to see how this work out.
So we're going to this building?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I can't believe
I'm intrigued by this. I'm gonna definitely have to look it up later.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was a great conversation. It's definitely gonna be on the YouTube though.
No problem.
All right. You have an awesome day.
You too.
And I'll see you in the purge.
All right. I know, right? Look. Hopefully. Cheers. Enjoy.
You too.